Any other questions on job seeker, the recession, the pandemic? Yep, John.
You're saying we're going to sort of move forward here. Just seen a new president elected. There's good news on the vaccine today.
Yeah, there is good news.
Do you feel like we're at some sort of turning point in the last few days?
Well, I think we're in another... We've been on a turning point and moving forward again now, I think, for some time. It's still tough for so many Australians. I remember I was asked in this courtyard a while back when we were talking about national accounts figures and where the economy was. Well, we'll know about that later in this year in December, prior to the mid-year statement, when the national accounts tell us what happened in the September quarter. But that's what the numbers will say. The lived experience on the ground, I know, is still very difficult for many Australians, and that's why we've been very clear about extending the support through JobKeeper and JobSeeker. That's why the JobMaker hiring credit is in the budget. That's why the instant expensing arrangements are there in the budget, and the loss carrybacks for COVID losses to support the recovery of the Australian economy. That's why Home Builder is in place. That's why Job Trainer, which delivers 340,000 additional training places, is there. That's why there's 30,000 additional university placements for next year. That's what Australia needs. That's what the government is providing. And so, yes, I do believe we're well on the road to recovery. The comeback for Australia has certainly begun, and we want to see that accelerate. We're seeing Australia reopen. It was great to be down in Tasmania as it reopened to people from New South Wales on Friday and Saturday. And I think we'll see that continue. National Cabinet is meeting later this week, and we'll get a further update on our goal of getting there by Christmas, and I think we're making very good progress on that. You mentioned the vaccine. I don't want to overstate it, but that is welcome news. It is one of 4 vaccines that Australia is involved in, and these results are very promising, and I'm optimistic and hopeful about next year, about the rollout of those vaccine programs. As the Health Minister said yesterday in the House, manufacturing has begun of the AstraZeneca vaccine, and that's subject, of course, to TGA approval and all the necessary health checks and approvals. The vaccines that will be made available to Australians will be done so first and foremost on the basis that they are safe for Australians to take, and that's our commitment to Australians, and that's our very robust process. Yeah.
I'm very concerned about, reports from charities, social organisations, ACOS, for instance, worried about a rise in issues like poverty, like homelessness, like people not being able to afford food based on a lowering of this job seeker rate of the coronavirus supplement.
Well, this is why we're extending it. This is why we're extending JobSeeker. This is why we're extending JobKeeper. This is why we're getting people into jobs. This is why we've got a JobMaker hiring credit. This is why we're doing all the things we can to get Australians into jobs as we see the number of job advertisements and places become available again. We can't stay stuck in neutral. We do need to move forward. And there is other forms of cash and emergency assistance, and Anne, you might want to comment on those, that is available to people through the normal channels. I mean, Australia has a strong social safety net. What we did at the start of the crisis was to strengthen that even further for how strong the blow was that we would have to withstand. But as the economy starts to move back and the confidence lifts and jobs come back, we can't allow our safety net to hold people back. We can't have that. That's not good for them. We want them to be able to bounce back and be able to get back into the jobs that are increasingly becoming available. But